Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has welcomed the Egyptian plan to rebuild the Gaza Strip. Abbas urged the US President Donald Trump to support such a plan that would not involve displacing Palestinian residents of the enclave. Abbas also said he was ready to hold presidential and parliamentary elections if circumstances allow, adding his Palestinian Authority was the only legitimate governing and military force in the Palestinian territories. Jordan King Abdullah II has reaffirmed that the two-state solution is the only path to a just and comprehensive peace, ensuring the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital. King Abdullah called for de-escalation in the West Bank, particularly during Ramadan, warning against extremist provocations. He also emphasized Jordan's commitment to supporting Palestinians and providing aid to Gaza, while rejecting Israel's blockade of humanitarian assistance, calling it a violation of the international law. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has expressed his support for an Arab-led initiative to mobilize international backing for the reconstruction of the Gaza Strip. Guterres also called for the immediate resumption of ceasefire negotiations in Gaza, alongside the release of all Israeli detainees held by Hamas and the release of Palestinian detainees, as outlined in the terms of the agreement. Tunisian Foreign Minister Mohammed Ali Nafti has reaffirmed Tunisia's rejection of plans to displace Palestinians, emphasizing Arab solidarity in confronting such challenges. He voiced Tunisia's support for Egypt, Jordan and Saudi Arabia in resisting displacement efforts. Nafti stressed the need for a clear political vision to resolve the Palestinian issue and reiterated Tunisia's call for an independent Palestinian state. Algerian Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf has reaffirmed Algeria's strong rejection to any plans displacing Palestinians or separating Gaza from the rest of the Palestinian territories. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, Attaf stressed the need to support a ceasefire, rebuild Gaza, and push for a just permanent solution through the establishment of a Palestinian state. Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan has reaffirmed the kingdom's firm stance against any infringement of Palestinian rights or efforts to displace them. Faisal bin Farhan stressed the legitimate right of the Palestinian people to establish their independent state and the need to provide the necessary guarantees to sustain the ceasefire in Gaza. Omani Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaydi has reaffirmed Oman's firm rejection of any plans to displace the people of Gaza under any pretext. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, al-Busaydi condemned Israel's daily violations of ceasefire agreements and its obstruction of humanitarian aid deliveries to Gaza. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun has reaffirmed that true peace cannot be achieved without the establishment of a Palestinian state and the restoration of its legitimate rights. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, Aoun emphasized the need for strong Arab support for Palestine and active engagement with global decision makers to keep the Palestinian cause on the international agenda. He also reiterated Lebanon's commitment to defending its own borders and supporting all Arab efforts to uphold Palestinian rights. Comoros President Ghazali Osman has condemned Israeli aggression in Gaza and expressed full solidarity with the Palestinian people during the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo. Osman emphasized the need to fully implement the ceasefire agreement and welcomed Egypt's plan for Gaza's reconstruction. He reaffirmed the Palestinian people's right to an independent state and strongly rejected any forced displacement policies. The Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC Secretary General Jassim Mohammed al-Badawi has reaffirmed the firm Arab stance against the displacement of Palestinians from their land. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, al-Badawi called for the implementation of the Arab Peace Initiative and a just, lasting resolution to the Palestinian issue. He also stressed the urgent need to lift the Israeli siege on Gaza, open all crossings, and ensure delivery of humanitarian aid. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the OIC, has reaffirmed its support for Palestine's accession as the full member of the United Nations. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, OIC Secretary General Hossein Ibrahim Taha condemned efforts to displace Palestinians and dismantle UNRWA, stressing the need to end Israeli occupation and uphold the two-state solution. He also called for stronger solidarity in defending Palestinian rights and thanked Egypt for hosting the summit. European Council President Antonio Costa has expressed hope for ending Palestinian suffering and reaffirmed the EU's commitment to achieving peace in the Middle East through the two-state solution. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, Costa rejected any attempts to alter Gaza's demographic makeup and emphasized the need for a comprehensive resolution to end hostilities. He also praised Egyptian and Qatari efforts to secure a ceasefire and reiterated the EU's support for the Palestinian Authority's reform agenda and Gaza's full reconstruction. Somali Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre has reaffirmed his country's support for the Egyptian plan to rebuild the Gaza Strip and condemned any attempts to displace Palestinians, calling it a violation of international law. Speaking at the Emergency Arab Summit in Cairo, Barre emphasized the need for regional cooperation to tackle ongoing challenges. He also voiced Somali's support for Sudan's security and stability while highlighting his country's commitment to combating terrorism as a barrier to peace. Hamas has welcomed the Arab Summit's statement on building Palestinian national institutions, calling the summit an important step in aligning Arab and Islamic support for the Palestinian cause. In a statement, Hamas praised the Arab leaders for rejecting Israeli displacement and settlement plans, reaffirming Palestinian rights to freedom and self-determination. Hamas also backed the Arab Summit's $53 billion Gaza reconstruction plan and Egypt's initiative for an international rebuilding conference. The movement emphasized the importance of Arab unity in countering Israeli aggression and supported the formation of a committee to oversee aid and reconstruction in Gaza. Egypt's foreign minister has stated that the individuals who will lead the committee managing the Gaza enclave for 6 months have been decided. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdulati said the committee would oversee humanitarian aid and temporarily manage Gaza, preparing for the Palestinian Authority's return. Arab leaders backed Egypt's $53 billion Gaza reconstruction plan, rejecting Trump's Middle East Riviera vision. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa has stated that the final declaration of the Cairo summit covered all dimensions of the Palestinian issue, with efforts underway to implement the Gaza reconstruction plan. Mustafa emphasized the need to unify Gaza and the West Bank and strengthen Palestinian national ranks. He highlighted plans to activate Palestinian Authority institutions and ensure the reconstruction process follows a structured governance system. Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Gheit has announced that the Cairo summit reaffirmed Arab unity against Palestinian displacement and fully endorsed Egypt's $53 billion Gaza reconstruction plan. Bulghait emphasized that the plan provides a flexible framework for Gaza's security and political future. The final statement prioritized a ceasefire, supports international peacekeeping forces in Gaza and the West Bank, and upholds peace as the Arab world's strategic choice.